So I know WrestleMania is coming up.
Yes,
right?
a week from Sunday.
A week from Sunday. Look, we won't tell anybody. We have a W.
You won't
WE
tell
cookie.
anybody.
I won't tell anybody.
What's that?
Edit it. You want a cookie?
So I have to say, I really appreciate the branding.
Come on, the
I
logo.
mean, that's a masterpiece.
You can
right
say
there.
you did it to further the brand.
I can't though.
You can smell these cookies,
I
can't
can
you?
smell them, and they smell and look, and the muffins. I mean, you guys went all out. Thank you very much.
This was
is
us
incredible.
testing your willpower.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
With the fruit, but we kept the fruit closest
No,
to
it's
you.
still sugar. I can't eat it on.
Not even fruit?
No.
All right. Even though you're not necessarily performing, so why put yourself through this?
Because it's a challenge, and I will be performing as a part of my husband Triple H's match. I'll be involved in some capacity, so we'll be out there, in some type of costume, But so I want to look my best, but also WrestleMania is our Super Bowl.
Yep.
It's like our Grammys, our Oscars. It's our biggest event of the year, and so everybody wants to look their best.
You're obviously very disciplined when it comes to your diet right now, disciplined in general. Fascinated by what kind of schedule you keep. You are the chief branding officer, very successful, working spouse and mother of 3 young children. Like, I can't complain about not having enough time in the day, because we're dealing with the same amount of hours in the day, and yet you find a way to maximize it. Give us an idea of what your daily routine is like.
Well, there's no one day that's like the other, which is fun. It's exciting and challenging, but it's also really fun. I never get bored. But let's see, so I wake up, my kids wake me up at about 6 o'clock in the morning. I usually,
No matter what time they go to bed, right?
Oh
Isn't that
yeah,
crazy?
it is
Like, they
crazy,
just find a way to
especially
do
my
it.
middle child, and God bless her, she's just an early riser. And she comes to wake me up, and I try to honey, you want to play on my phone for a minute? Just cuddle with Mama in bed, and Mama, I'm starving. And then it's like your maternal instincts. You have to feed your child, So, and they know that, so that's the way to get you out of bed. And we've gone to bed usually around 1 or 2, because we actually train around midnight, which is not the time we want to be training. It's just putting our kids to bed is really important to us. And because of our schedule and because we travel so much, we really value that time.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot of sleep, that's for sure. But take them to school, then go to the office if it's the office, or I fly somewhere. I'm on the road at least once a week, if not more. And whether that's for our show, because I am a performer on our show, as we mentioned, and I do play the villain, right? So it's good to boo me. I'm doing my job. And then, but I'm also chief brand officer. So whether I'm at a speaking engagement or a conference, or I'm going to a business meeting in various parts of the world, that's kind of my schedule.
And then whatever is left over, you and your husband have together. So.
That's right. And business does bleed over there, because of course we're talking shop a lot.
Yeah.
But
What are
life really imitated art, because we were married and divorced on TV before we actually
Right,
got
because it was
married.
a scripted romance,
Yes,
correct?
yes,
And,
it was.
Yeah, so why did you, or how did you wind up jumping off script?
So and forbidden love, by
Yes,
the way.
yes,
Oh,
that was
forbidden
frowned
for
upon.
me to date,
Yeah.
one of our performers. And
Yeah.
then likewise, can you imagine the risk he took going after the boss's daughter like that? I mean, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the things you guys, like you mentioned, you like to put your kids to bed? That's special for you.
Yes.
As a family, what are some of the activities that you hold dear, or if there is such a thing as date night in your household? Like,
Yeah.
what are the things you try to do to make sure you have that time away from the office or the ring or the boardroom?
So we do schedule date nights, for husband-wife time, for sure, and we schedule it with our kids. Because when you have 3 kids, it's hard to give them all the attention that they deserve, quite frankly. So we'll take one of them out at a time. And we'll go to dinner and the movies, whatever they want to do. They like to do the hands-on pottery, where you paint it and they put it in the fire and all that, and go to the aquarium, whatever it is they want to do, we do with them. And, we try to do that as often as we can, and it's never often enough, but.
Now
Can you tell I'm picking your brain for life advice? I don't know if you can tell us that. Like, you're my life coach right now. I'm like, how does she do it?
I'm in.
How does she manage? And we even talked about the philanthropy and the other work you're doing besides your own job. So.
Yeah. Now, did you ever consider doing something else other than this?
Nope.
Never.
No, and I really do think one of the driving forces behind it is because it was a way to be with my family. My father had this vision, right, of creating one global brand. So basically one champion, going around and either combining or taking the best talent from all of these individual regional promotions and then making this global brand. You know, and our fans are part of our show. And even at NXT, which is our third global brand now, and started off as our developmental brand, our fans know that they are responsible for who then makes it to the main roster of Raw and SmackDown Live, creating this incredible engagement. I mean, they follow then these stars, and they're so integrated into their lives, and then on digital and social, they have that one-on-one exchange. It's a way to, you know, to jump on the success of a model that was built a really long time ago. These platforms just allow us so many different ways to connect with our audience.
Well, we know your time is precious,
Yes.
but gotta ask you, you talked about expanding the brand and obviously stay on the cutting edge. Might expanding the brand include Ronda Rousey?
Oh, I would love for Ronda Rousey.
You
Everybody
talked
always asks me
before
about Ronda.
adding her to the roster. Have you had any contact with her or conversations?
Not recently. So I know that she loves WWE, and we certainly love her, and it would be a match, no pun intended, made in heaven. So hopefully one day we'll have that opportunity.
All right.
Well,
Thank you
thanks.
so
You sure you don't
much.
want to take anything with you?
Yeah.
No, it won't keep.
Yeah.
You can, if you want to at least
Maybe I could freeze the cookie.
Yeah,
or
I say, or
something.
you could lick the cookie.
No, I
if you-
can't lick it. I could smell it.
Okay,
like
you
close.
can sniff it, right? All right.
Look forward to seeing what you got planned at 33.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.